I know for the majority, I'm always telling the youths, oh, do this, do that, try and do this, try and avoid this. But today I'm gonna get onto the parents, because parents, a lot of times we're complicit as well. We're complicit in so many ways. And one of the hardest one that comes to when it comes to financial gain. How many parents can confidently say their kid comes home with £10,000 in illegal money and say, here, mum, here, dad, here's £5,000. Go and pay the bills off. Go contribute to the mortgage. Go and pay off the car tax. Go whatever it is. This for holiday. How many of you guys gonna say no? And that's the issue, right? Because it's hard. It's hard. I know personally, if my child come to me and he said, here's £20,000, go and do this, you have to think about it. I ain't gonna be like, go now, go and take that. No, you will think about it because you think, oh, 10 grand, what? Yeah, son, me? Yeah, 10 grand. So it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy, but that's why it makes us complicit. So we're complicit because a lot of times, like, use the excuse that a lot of kids say, yeah, or why they got involved because they want to help their parents, they want to help their moms, especially the moms that say, because if we're honest, there's a lot of young men that have grown up. I thought I had something in my mouth. There's a lot of young men who have grown up and their fathers have not been around. Not around as they don't know who the father is, but not being around in a household, a single parent household. Yes, you might go and visit your dad every other weekend, but it's not as the same as living in a household with your mum and the struggles that she goes through, the struggles that she maybe has to work an extra job, and that's that difficult it is as well. Because coming here, the generations that our parents did, our parents came here. What I know, the Caribbeans maybe came here in the 50s, 60s. Lots of Africans came here maybe in the 80s, late 70s, 80s. So that generation, when they came here, they couldn't get a job in a what do you call it, in a lawyer's firm. They couldn't get a job as a doctor and so on. So many of them came, and that generation has led to what's happened now, where they've came to get a job. But a lot of them are doing stuff like housekeeping, cleaning, bus driver, what do you call it, garbage men, and there's no shame in that, because that's the jobs that we're paying, and it helps sustain a lot of views and fed a lot of mouths, right? But what it was that, because they had to work these sort of jobs and these hours were kind of mad, sometimes they couldn't be there for when the child was back home. So if mum had to work till 6 p.m, the child finished home at 3 p.m, from 3 till 6, he knows his mum's not on the way home, he's out on the roads roaming. And it's difficult, but he also knows that his mum's struggling. So when he comes back home, he start running around with the older lot, and they're giving him. And how it starts? Let me tell you how it starts, right? So let's say we're in a state. Let's give this estate a name. Let me see the first thing I see. I see a mirror right there. Let's call this the Mirror Estate. So this kid is 9, 10 years old. He grows up in the Mirror Estate. He's minding his own business. He rides his little bicycle. He kicks a ball around with him and his little 10-year-old friends, right? The older guys are always there. They're always just hanging around. But they know these little kids are the little kids from their local area. Some of them could be one of their younger brothers and so on, right? But it starts off like this. They'll be like, yo, Dave. Let's call him Dave. Go to the shop. No, go to the shop. Yeah, go to the shop. Yeah, take £20, buy everyone a drink, buy yourself a drink, and keep the change. So now Dave is thinking, bro, these guys like me, man. I'm going to the shop for them. I've got this sense of responsibility. I'm going to buy the drinks for everyone, and then let me keep the change. So that little bit of change, he buys little chocolate sweets and he shares his little Smarties with all his friends and that. And now that becomes a habitual thing. Like, yo, Dave, come here. Go to the chicken chip shop. Go and buy everyone some food and keep the change, and buy yourself some food as well. And mind you, mum ain't probably cooked yet because mum's still at work. So you got that little bit. Now you got a sense of loyalty to the older lot, because they're providing you stuff, and then it escalates, right? You might hit 13, 14, and there's not even chicken and chips no more. It's like, yo, Dave, do me a favor. Can you hold on to this this thing in your house? Don't open it. Just keep it in your hands. Keep it in the head in place. Make sure no one sees it. And it's £100. And that, whoa, now you got £100. Now them new football boots that you've been trying to get for ages. You've been seeing the advert, you've been seeing Ronaldo with it, you've been seeing Messi with it. And now you can get it now because you just got £100 from the olders. You're going to done that. So you're going to keep these things in the olders in the house. So now the difficulty is this now. Parent come home, parent sees these things, might be weed, it might be crack cocaine, whatever he's finding in the house. You know, where did you get this? Blah, blah, blah. How dare you? The kid produces money like, mum, but I've been saving. This is £1,000. It's going towards to help you pay the rent and stuff like that. So mum has to think, oh my God, I got bare red bills coming, overdue bills, and this kid's got £1,000. Alright, cool. But you have to be careful, Dave, you know? You have to be careful. So the language has gone from, what the hell are you doing, to, Dave, you have to be careful, man. Like, I don't want you to do this, but because now that money has made you feel otherwise. Because my parents were guilty of it. They're like, don't stop doing what you're doing, man. Like, that's what's the matter with you? I remember I used to get beats. Like, the police coming to the house all the time, and like, when you're arrested, oh, mate, then you get the beats as you would. But the times you didn't get caught, bought money, no one backed the eyelid. It's like, yeah, the money's there, like this. So yeah, like this will help contribute to certain things. So parents sometimes are complicit in that way, in that financially sometimes we close our eyes because the money is there. And sometimes also we close our eyes because sometimes you don't want to believe the truth in regards to, like, you want the best for your child, and you feel like you're failing as a parent as well. And like, I get messages all the time, and I feel my heart hurts because I can't help every child. Like, a parent will call me and say, look, my son is running wild right now. What am I supposed to do? He's not listening. And I said, look, try this, try that. And it doesn't work with every single child. And sometimes they say, if you don't hear, you must feel. Sometimes you have to let a kid touch the fire. Not to burn severely, but to catch that little bit of heat. If it, oh, okay, that's not the angle that I want to go for. Sometimes it's too late. Sometimes the body gets fully burnt. But parents, you need to, like, it starts off young. It starts off very, very young. Even when them elders I was telling them shop, like, tell them, don't let no one send you to the shop. Only person sending you to the shop is me. Because that's how the grooming process starts. And like I said, now he's got, by the time he's holding these little bits of thing when he's 13, 14, by the time he's 15, 16, he's one of the top youngers in the Mirror Estate. He's one of the top youngers in the Mirror Estate. Like, he's known in the Mirror Estate. Yeah, that's so-and-so's younger. That's because now he's being groomed by these guys. He's always been around. I can tell you stories of people in Peckham that was around. And that, whereas that, we should have taken more responsibility. Like, nah, this kid, he's a kid. But he's hanging around, and you feel, and I think as the oldest, I think oldest don't even understand that they are grooming these kids. They just feel like, yeah, man, that's my little YG, man. But in effectively, you're building a sense of loyalty. That kid's building a sense of loyalty to you, and before you know it, he's fully immersed. He's fully immersed in the roads. He's fully immersed in the roads. And it's mad. And you know what? Like, I come to think about it, there is so many kids like that I'm thinking about in Peckham right now. So many. And it's not even like, say, the elders were, in essence, trying to, like, make these kids, like, I don't know, maybe they were, I don't know. But I'll take a prime example. I'll look at George, Taz. I remember him being 11, 10 years old, in year 6. I remember him being in year 6. And he was already around everyone. In year 6, he was already around everyone. He's like, that's little George, man. Before you know it, he was involved immensely in it. And I think that's why we need to start intervening from year 5, year 6, before they get to year 7, that transition. Because, rest in peace to George, rest in peace, he died back in 2010 from a motorbike accident. But like, when you think about it, like, we didn't do enough to discourage him from that role. We encouraged it, from him being 10, 11, hanging around, getting involved in things that he should never been getting involved with at that time. And it happens a lot. So I say to parents, like, when your child is coming back home with money, it's up to you to do what you want to do. But one of the things that they say is that, let's look at the consequences, right? Because it's almost like a sense of sacrifice. If you think about it, are you sacrificing your child for the benefits of what you may have right now? Because let's say your child comes back and he's got all this money through his drug selling. He gives you £10,000. You're nice, right? £10,000. You're going to do what you need, pay off bills. But the consequences that comes with living that lifestyle, selling drugs, yeah, is that he could be murdered because of territory, power struggle, jealousy, envy, hate. Or he could be the one that's doing the murdering because he wants to go and rob someone. Or there's been a retaliation. So therefore, by you turning a blind eye and taking this money, and then something happens to your child, you kind of, in essence, sacrifice your child for the sake of your struggle. If you're struggling, can you hold on to that struggle to safeguard your child? Because it's difficult. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's easy. It's difficult. But I'm sure there's many parents right now who can relate to what I'm saying. Is that my parents could relate. Because I'll tell you that they happily took the money. He happily took the money. But in the same instance, I'll get slapped. I'll get the belt because I've done wrong. You understand? But it confuses the child. Like 1 minute I'm being punished, 1 minute I'm being rewarded at the same time. And it happens with a lot of youths right now as well, is that they don't know. So a parent, you have to be consistent. You have to be consistent. It can't be, okay, today we're going to take the money, tomorrow we're going to shout at you, but next day we're going to take the money again. But therefore the kids think, oh, I'm going to do it anyway. And more times kids, that's the excuse kids say. They're trying to help their mums, help their dads. And like I say as well, fathers need to play a big role, because you are your child's first sort of hero, you know? You're the first man they sort of like look up to. So if you're not the example, that's the example they're set to follow. That's the example they're gonna set to follow. Cause like, rah, my man lived this lifestyle, you know. And look, like for every road man that does what they're doing and justifies it and say, oh yeah, I'm gonna go and shack my man, I'm gonna go and do this, yeah. Would you allow your own child to live that lifestyle? Would you allow your own child to live that lifestyle? Because some of you guys, yeah, my children can't live. But if you say, nah, man, I'm gang, this is what I'm about, yeah, that means you're also encouraging your child to grow up and see, and he's going to hear stories about you and what you're doing. So they're going to try and follow that lifestyle as well. So parents, you must be aware of the responsibilities you play in the upbringing of your child. But I tell you what, the biggest influence is always peer pressure. Peer pressure is the biggest influence on any child. You can sit there and tell your child every little thing, but then Gary down the road says, yo, nah, man. Nah. Come, let's go and do this. But you didn't tell your child that. So sometimes your parent, as a parent, you can be doing the right thing. But what I always say is get to know your children's friends. That's how you'll know. Not only get to know their friends, get to know their friends' parents as well. And then you and the parents can share information. And I keep telling people as well about this WhatsApp location. On WhatsApp, you can live locate your child on WhatsApp, so he knows all the time. You know all the time where they're at. Not necessarily who they're with, but exactly where they're at. So you can just pull up. Like he tells you, yo, I'm in Denmark Hill. In Denmark Hill, yeah, cool. Did I go? Why did I do a phone sound? I meant to go skirt. But anyway, I don't know why I done a phone sound. But there, you pull up. You're there. You look. Yeah, you're right there in Denmark Hill, because you had the location on your phone. It's not a police state. Obviously, you have to let them have flexibility. I mean, there's certain things that you kind of let your child get away with sometimes. You know they're lying, but you kind of let them get away with. So it's little minor things. When it comes to the major things, like, nah, you need to know their whereabouts. But you need to know who they hang around with. And like I say, it is that difficult thing in that, do you accept the money? Do you not accept the money? Do you accept that lifestyle? But at the end of the day, because if you willingly accept the life that they're living and you accept it and you go, yeah, cool, I'm going to take the money, you must also accept the consequences that come with it. Be it them being violently killed, be it them being perpetrators. And I know it gets to an age like where teenagers are raw. Even with girls, and sometimes you can't control them no more. They get a certain, but I think that's where the build-up of relationship starts from very early, from 9, 10, 11, where you're talking to them on a regular basis. And you know what people don't really have no more? Yeah? Family dinners. And it's hard. Yeah, mum finishes home at 6, she cooks quickly, everyone's in their bedroom. Nah, try reinforcing that, man. All right, even if it's once a week, make it every Sunday. Every Sunday at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, we're going to sit together as a family and we're going to have a recap of the whole week. What's everyone been up to? What's new? That way, it's starting to build a little bit of knowledge of what's going on. Even the sort of music that listen to. Oh, who's the latest artist you listen to? Do you want to get some concert tickets? Then you're starting to understand. And if he told you, I like Drill Gang. All right, you go on YouTube, Google Drill Gang. And say, this is what Drill Gang are talking about on YouTube. Is this a song? So you start understanding what the sort of things they're taking in on social media and so on. And obviously, kids don't want their parents to be on their social media and so on. But there's also trying to understand exactly, what do you do on social media? Who's your friends on social media? Who do you follow? Sort of thing. Because then you start understanding the sort of behavior patterns that your children are doing as well. Like, listen, I'm not expert. I'm no expert. I'm no by means the best person ever. I've got my own things that I've been through as well. So I'm not going to turn around and tell you how to be a parent. Be a parent to the best of your ability. I'm just giving you guidance from my experience of things that I went through and what I've done. So be vigilant, of course, always. But at the same time, everyone's got their own different parenting style. So like I say, I'm not expert. Like, I got out of jail and my daughter was 6, 7 years old. She's now 12. So it's a thing that I've had to sort of try to understand. There's times where me and my daughter clash, because like she wants to do certain things, I want to do certain things. I'm like, no, you can't do that. And then she gets upset and about to lay down that law to say, no, maybe at your mum's side she lets you away with doing this, or vice versa. I might allow her to do things and mum will say, like, why'd you let her do that? She's not allowed to do that. So there's these sort of things that you need to start understanding, that what sort of ticks between you guys, because there'll be times where I say, yeah, I reward her for doing good at school because she's doing great at school. But there'll be times where she's been misbehaving at school, yeah, you're being punished. But at the same time, I'm still learning, because although I've been a father for 12 years, I wasn't around. I was in jail. So I'm still trying to learn that process. With the younger one now, she's coming up to 2 years old. I've been there from the very get-go. So there's rules that we're setting for me and my partner, because like she's a first-time mother as well. So we're learning together at the same time. So I'm not an expert, but I'm just giving you from my experience, where you guys just maybe take away and say, you know what? Yeah. Maybe I should look at things a little bit different. Maybe I should pay more attention. Maybe I shouldn't take the money. Maybe I should allow myself to struggle a bit more. Yeah. Maybe I should talk to them about how it makes me feel when these things happen to them. That's one good thing my mum was good at, pulling out my heartstring. She's like, oh, when I was in labour and I was having you, then you hear these sob stories. You think, oh, cool, I need to do better. And one of the biggest things I feared for when I was in jail was if my parents passed while I was in jail, because that's the last memory they have of me, is that in jail. And it happened to so many people. So many people. Like they're in jail and something happens to their parents, to their family, to their siblings, and they can't even attend the funeral, they can't even go to the hospital and so on. It's mad. It's so mad. You know how much funerals I've missed of my friends? I've missed so many of my friends' funerals because I was in jail. And you just feel like, well, you couldn't even give them a proper send-off. So that's just my rant for the day, I should say. Like I say, I'm not an expert. I'm just giving you from my experience, for you guys to listen and try to do things in your own way. But like I said, I know it's a struggle, but just keep persevering, man. Keep persevering. And what I'll say as well is that the other day I put up a picture on my Instagram. There's still black people being killing each other. Like even through the pandemic. And now what I'm a little bit more scared for is that it's summertime, kids are about to go officially on holiday, and they're relaxing the rules in terms of social distancing now. This is the main part now in the summer heights, where now everyone's being, especially the tension that's being built up, everyone's been in quarantine, and now it's starting to allow us all to come out again. This is a very important moment for the youths in regards to what's going to happen. I put up a picture the other day, and I think there's about 16, 17 people being killed. 16 to 17 people being killed violently on the streets. So I was saying there's like 16 people being killed in our streets violently, and it's still happening while we was under quarantine. And now they're about to open the doors. And like I said, this little isolation, this 3-4 month thing that we had, it has said, yes, so many people have died, and rest in peace to people who have died because of COVID. Yeah. But at the same time, do you know how many youths' lives are being saved because they stayed at home, because they weren't out congregating, because they weren't even at school, because on the way back home from school, that's when sometimes you catch up with the ops. So I'm just saying, everyone be vigilant. We're going into the summer. We're in the summer months. We're in July now, then it's August. So just and now people start going to parties again, raving, clubbing. Like, it's mad. Like, even I get anxiety, you know. I get anxiety when I go out. When I step out sometimes, I think, like, do I want to go to this place? Is it worth going there? Is someone gonna, like, you sometimes think, is it even worth it? Yes, you want a night out. Yes, you want to go, but is it worth it at the end of the day? So people, just be careful with them. Parents, as I said, always be vigilant, man.